I wasn't on that shit. It's cool. Congratulations. Congratulations. I should live with that.
No, it's okay. Okay.
Hell no.
How about just saying?
If you have a weak ass interview, you can't put him in the top 10, right?
I mean, it wasn't like motherfuckers had weak interviews. It was just I had some that I liked more than others. That was it. It's just, I have some I like more than others. That's it.
No, that's my bro. He went crazy.
But we gonna see. Hopefully, motherfuckers come with it because I ain't been booking nothing because I had to get my studio shit together. So, next month in March, everything is lit. We lit. We is litty.
This year's finna be strong for us though. Like, not to get on some like super braggadocious shit, but sometimes as a rapper you have to do that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to have a second real quick. We about to have a big year. Can I curse here? I forget.
Yeah.
I've been on a lot of radio shows and I can't curse. I love that though, but I have been. So okay, boom. We about to do a lot of big shit. A lot of big shit. It's going down all 2022.
Okay.
This year called the season of Foot on Necks.
Oh.
Because we coming all year. Yes. Me and my homie Mojo, we coming. The music coming. It's not finna stop. And y'all know how I be working, man. That's not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but I feel you on that.
I'm really trying to get like you though. I think you probably like the only person you know what I'm saying?
Man, stop it. You definitely doing your thing. I've just been, I don't even know how I'm juggling everything I'm doing, but it's life.
You got like two radio shows that you
it's
on.
Life.
You got a lot going.
You know, but I gotta get it. Getting on my grant writing shit. So I'll be doing that service this year in my nonprofit bag. So you know, it's lit.
There's another fire MC. If I can shout her out real quick, her name is Fury. She's from the west side of Chicago, and she just got like a grant from the city of Chicago for Columbus Park for like events and activities, and I think it's like a bag like. A lot of money, and she about to make Columbus Park a good hub for like entertainment and creativity and a safe space for kids. Shout out Fury, she's dope. And she always show love. That's the homie.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that. Shout out to her. Period. What's her information?
Oh, I'm on that. I got you, Fury.
Yes.
Oh, me. I'm gonna tag her too.
We definitely want to make sure that we, shout that out.
Cause that's real big that she did that. She's doing that and she's trying to do something to improve the community and the neighborhood, which is the west side of Chicago, that gets terrible publicity because of a lack of resources. And I think with her doing that, she's gonna help in some way improve the resources. In the spaces in our neighborhood and can improve our neighborhoods and the kids' lives, from their own. At Fury Hip Hop, FURY Hip Hop.
Yes.
Check out Fury, man. That's the homie.
I love that. I'm gonna have to tap in for sure. I love that. Absolutely. We gotta create the community. We are the village now. I always preach that to people, my peers and everybody. We're the village. We have to create opportunities in the sense of, community that we want to live in. So I love that.
That's a fact. I got
That's dope.
The first song on my EP, second act, I say stacking and reinvesting. We built this up in that order. That's how it happened. Yes. You gotta stack and reinvest.
Okay, y'all, you see, already coming in hot and heavy with the resources, okay? What's up, y'all?
Let's do it.
Here back on another episode of Pillow Talk. It's Saturday, okay? We got WAN00 back in the building.
Yes, we do. Yes,
I'm loving the jacket too, and the coat and everything.
I told you when I was on the juice, I told you I'm keeping it up. Yeah. I said on my whole press run, I'm gonna do the little peacoat thing. I'm gonna have to keep it up, keep it the same way.
Yes, it's like camel.
On me and my brother, he held me to it because I wasn't gonna come like this today, but he told me that I was gonna be lazy. I'm not gonna lie, but I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. You gotta keep it up. You say you're gonna do something, you gotta stick to it. So here we are. I appreciate it though.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, I'm happy that you made it down. I know it's a little travel, but I definitely appreciate you coming back.
Definitely. Shout out my homie Mojo for helping me get here.
Yes, shout out
Making
Mojo.
sure I'm straight, always with me and shit, and vice versa. So,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Now, when you were on here last year, man, you was, more so getting your feet wet. And now I feel like you've been doing so much just in the short amount of time since you were here. Okay. So before we get into it, how would you say that your 2021 ended for you career-wise, music-wise?
Man, I think 2021 was a great year. I feel like musically, I accomplished most of my goals that I had set for myself for last year. So that's very exciting. And I think it ended well. I think there's always room for improvement and growth. But I'm definitely happy. And I'm happy with the work me and my homies been doing. I feel like we constantly reminding each other of like how hard we working and where we going and what's the goals. And I think we definitely continue to strive for it. So I think it was a great year. 2022 will be even greater. I just have my spiel about stepping on next.
Yes. Okay. So we got to run it back real
happening.
quick. Now, I'm happy you said that because I wanted to sum it up. How was the 2022 looking for you? Let's get into it. Stepping on the next.
I'm stepping on next all year. Like, I feel like, okay, not to like talk crazy, because I didn't do nothing. Like, this is just the beginning. I'm just starting. I didn't do anything. Like, that's just the tip of the iceberg. And I don't feel like I've even begun. But I dropped 2 EPs last year. I dropped 4 singles last year. I got like 5 or 6 features that came out. I probably did like 5 or 6 more. Like, I worked hard last year. My first show last year was in May, end of May. I did like 37 shows between that time. So like I'm working hard. I want to work even harder this year. I feel like that showed me where I can begin. And this year, seeing how much further I can go and continually pushing that limit, and that's my goal. So that's why I say I'm stepping on next. Because if people thought that I worked hard last year and that was crazy, I didn't work hard enough last year. So this year we coming harder. You feel me?
Okay.
That's how you got to do it, That's my plan at least. I'm always keeping the 100 with y'all.
Yes,
that's the goal.
I love that. I love the consistency that you are putting out. I love that you've been overly busy. Like, that's amazing. 37 shows.
Yeah. And that's not enough. Hey, 1 year Snoop Dogg did like 372 shows.
Damn.
It's only 365 days in a year. And he did 372 shows. Okay, so that means some days he doubled up and was working every day. I'm trying to be like that.
Okay. What keeps you motivated to go so hard?
I have a fear of failure. I have a big fear of failure. But also I feel like I have goals and I'm not going to stop working towards them until I reach them. I feel like anything you work towards hard enough, my homie Mojo always say this, you work towards something hard enough for long enough, it got to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how I feel. That's kind of how I work. So I think if I work harder and harder and harder, the closer I'll be to those goals and those dreams that I've set for myself. Yes. So that's what continue to strive me. And then like me and my siblings, we didn't come from we had amazing parents, but we were poor as hell. So we have goals that we've set for ourselves and each other for what we're trying to do for our family moving forward. And I can't do that if I'm being complacent in right now, So that's the motivation.
Absolutely. Sure. Now I gotta ask you, since you're bringing that up, are you a believer in generational curses?
Yes, but I believe that any generation can change those curses. Okay. It's just a matter of you recognizing it, accepting it, and then, improving on that. But yeah, I believe that, the sins of the father often meet the son. Like that's a fact, So I believe in generational curses. I just believe that some people are strong enough to overcome them and some people aren't. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But I think that's reality. But I definitely think that your parents passed down stuff that was passed down to them from their parents before them. So for sure, I believe in those things.
Yeah. I mean, I had to ask. I had a Black author on here that just talked about it. She did a book about it. Uh-huh. So for you to say, how you kind of grew up and how you wanted to just already set those goals, you kind of identify some things maybe that you just wanted to already accomplish, like growing up, being like a little more aware. I just think it's interesting because generational curses really do plague us in different ways. Yeah. And they're not always, super destructive, but they do have traits that can hinder us from growth. So it was just interesting for you to just say that. I just
No,
They be everywhere.
that's a fact. And I think it's dependent on the family you come from and how you were raised.
Mhm.
Like if you come from a family who's succumbed to generational curses, then you're probably going to be more likely to fall into that same curse. But if you come from a family that's always been working towards progress, I think you're going to be one of those kind of people, you know. Like getting a little personal, but we've been drinking, so I said I'm being honest today,
That's
right?
right. That's what we
You
here
feel
for.
me?
We're pillow talking right now.
So, like, okay, my grandmother passed away last week. We had the funeral today. My great grandmother, she was 98 years old.
Hey, ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, she was a sharecropper. You know what I'm saying? I don't think in the beginning of her life, when they were doing that sharecropping and picking cotton, that they ever fathomed that they would have great grandchildren and end up like me and my cousins are. But I come from a family of progress, like that's been interested in that. So, but that's how you overcome generational curses. And if you don't come from that, then you probably gonna succumb to those curses. But you also have to recognize what the curses are and grow from them.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, we pillow talking. We gotta get a little deep with it. Okay, we gotta get a little deep with it. I love talking about it, and I love talking about this with you because I feel like you're an artist, a person that's really in tune with what they want for themselves and how they can get it.
That.
You know what I'm saying? Seriously. And right now, it's a lot of negativity just in the world, and people feeling pressured by other people to be something that they're not or to do something that they're not. So it's always refreshing to talk to somebody that's like, I did this is how I'm working to get it done. And when I'm done doing this, I'm going to do this too. And it's just great to hear, you know, how motivated you are really. Like, that's inspiring.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I've never been like a run with the crowd kind of guy. I feel like I always like my homie Mojo. We went to high school together. So he can attest to this. Like, I was the president of Pet Club in high school.
Okay.
My homies clown me every day.
Why?
Because I was in there with a bunch of little furry animals and
That's lit. That sounds lit.
But this is what I understood. I knew that to get into college, you had to have extracurriculars. And it's easier to be the president of the pet club than it is to be the captain of the basketball team. You see what I'm saying? So like that's just how I've always operated. And I'm gonna always do what I think is best for me and my family. I'm that kind of person. So I've never been like a run with the crowd kind of guy. I've always had my own goals for myself, and I've always stuck to those regardless of everybody else. But I've had moments where I've fallen into peer pressure, just like everybody else has.
Yeah.
But I've never been in a peer pressure long enough to where it can change me.
Facts.
You feel me?
Facts.
Yeah, and that's important for me. You feel me?
Absolutely. Okay. Never succumb to the bullshit.
You can't. Gotta be you.
Yeah, I always been my own beast, my own drum. Period. Okay. Period. So we gotta refresh the people, you know, for some that may or may not know you. Now, let's get into, of course, the EPs that you dropped.
Facts.
We gotta get into the vibes and everything. You know, you said today was the anniversary of
4 for 4. So I dropped my very first EP today last year. It's called 4 for 4. It was a compilation of 4 songs that were just the epitome of working towards your goals. The cover art that I was speaking of, it's a picture of me guarding myself on a basketball court. Like the only person that's in your way, your only obstacles are yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what 4 for 4 is about: overcoming your dreams, overcoming your obstacles to reach your dreams and reach the goals that you set for yourself. So that was the first EP I dropped. The second EP I dropped it was like a month ago. Appreciate it. It's called Second Act. And that's like the second act, the second piece of that same kind of idea. I think the difference in Second Act, though, is I think through performing, I learned that I needed to change the way I made music a little bit. And like, if you listen to 4 for 4, it's good music, but I think that Second Act is much more performable. It's much more catchy, but without me losing the aspect of having bars or something meaningful to say. And so I'll really work towards that in Second Act. So I think that's the only difference. But they're all about hard work, about working towards your goals, about accomplishing things, being great. A little bit of bragging in Second Act, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Stepping into my bag a little bit more, but it's on the same vein for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate it. Congratulations to you. You've been going
dope.
You've been going crazy, like all of the interviews and all of that stuff. We was just talking about your top 10 interviews. I'm sure that was probably hard to pick out of the like probably 100 you did.
I got a couple death threats, but it's all right. It's all right.
I'm sure that's a very coveted spot. People trying to get in that top 10.
It is. Hopefully this year it'll be different.
You have to do a top 25 or something like that.
I'ma have to, cause y'all be coming with it. I'ma have to.
You feel me? That's the goal. That's all of our goal. You feel me? Shout out to all the artists that come through here.
Yes, thank you. And shout out to all the artists for sure. So you have been performing a lot as well. What has been like some of your favorite performances that you've done so far?
I performed at Bobby's Bar a couple months ago. I think that was in October. So it was a lot of months ago. That was fire.
Okay.
That was super lit. It was a lot of people there. I really enjoyed myself. I enjoyed performing at the Hairpin Art Center. That was dope. We did some backyard shows when I first started performing.
Nice.
That were really cool. We went to Hammond. I don't know. It's hard. So like I've done a lot of little shows, but I definitely say the Bobby's Ballroom was really fun. And the last few shows that I've done at Enjoy with the Ever Evolve guys is really been dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you had a performance at the Loft. Was it in Indiana?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, that was fire. There was a lot of people there. Shout out Sincere the rapper. He the one who threw the event. But it was really dope. It was a really dope experience. I performed this is my second time yesterday.
Okay.
So yeah, it was dope. My homie Rec McGee was there. There was an artist named Red Ashes. She was super fire. Had some great music, and she was stepping. I don't know if y'all know how to step, but I can do a little something. I'm trying to get intricate with it though. I'm trying to do the spins, the dips, all of that. I'm trying to get like that. That's important. You feel me? You could break out the stepping. That's a different bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
nice.
It's a different level of player. So yeah.
I like that. A little bit all over the Midwest, so performing.
Trying to be and go even further. Like I want to start going to like Michigan, further in Indiana, like just to expand my range of people that I'm reaching. Continue to pass out my cards.
Absolutely.
If y'all got a card, definitely tap in. Scan that code on the back. That's really what I'm doing, like marketing and pushing myself and performing as much as possible so that I'm ready for the big moment. When I do get the chance for the big moment, I'm already prepared for it. I know my set. I know how I'm coming. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how you gotta be.
Definitely.
Now, who is somebody that you really want to work with this year?
Like artists, like
anybody, engineer, artist, who's somebody that you really want to work with this year?
I would really love to work with the Pivot Gang guys if I can.
Okay.
Somebody from that group.
Okay.
That'd be really, really dope. Continue to work with my homie Mojo. We gonna continue to drop this fire. Bring me back to the stepping on next point.
Okay.
We coming with some music. I'm stepping on next. I'm not finna stop. I just dropped the EP a couple weeks ago. We gonna keep coming. So make sure y'all on the lookout. I got some music coming with some other homies that I got. So I'm constantly working. I pretty much got my year planned out.
Okay. Visuals.
That's my next step. I'm jumping some hurdles with that right now, but we getting there. I got one visual out for my song Same Thing, which is a super dope one. You should go check it out with the homie Montiello. But I'm definitely coming with visuals. That's the plan. Very, very soon. We just working on some kinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we need the visuals now. We need to follow.
That's important.
You know what I'm saying? We need that too.
That's important. Which is why I've been trying to show my face more in the performance side because I ain't got the visuals. So you can visually see me in person if anybody come through to my next show. Just follow me on IG.
Okay, thanks. Absolutely. And make sure y'all do tap in with him because he's always doing his thing.
For sure. Trying to.
Definitely doing his thing.
Trying to be like Robin over here.
Stop playing. Stop playing. Anyway, now 2022 just started, but some new music has been dropping already. Okay. Now I gotta ask you how to get your opinion, see if you've been listening to what's been out.
Okay.
So, Gunna dropped.
Yeah.
DS Forever. Okay, drip season. You listening or what?
I listen to all hip hop.
Okay.
At least twice.
Mm-hmm.
If I can. That's my goal. That's not really my bag.
Okay.
I've really been like listening to R&B heavier.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm always listening. I'm gonna listen for sure.
Okay.
I haven't yet though.
Haven't yet though. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
You haven't yet?
I have not.
Okay.
Don't tussle.
You gotta let me know.
I'm gonna get to it. Also, The Weeknd, Dawn FM. Okay, so The Weeknd dropped. He had like a really good cover art, some old shit he had looking like an old man, whatever the case is. Do you fuck with The Weeknd?
Listen, it's fire. I listen to that.
Okay.
I try not to listen to as much hip hop in my off time because I don't want to like have somebody bars that I thought was fire in my head and I accidentally put it in my music.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So, but R&B, The Weeknd, fire.
Yes.
Fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love The Weeknd. He don't get enough recognition to me on the black side, I feel like. But he be doing his thing on the pop charts and on the
Because he's so pop. Yeah. I like the visuals, like the way he's willing to like change his appearance.
Yeah.
And the way he's willing to play around with things. I think that's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't like broken into acting or something like that.
For real.
But
I agree.
yeah, the music is fire. I love to hear him sing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out The Weeknd.
Shout out to The Weeknd.
Okay. Now we got NBA YoungBoy Colors. So he dropped his mixtape. You know, he's been trying to do his little emo thing, kind of, sort of, little bit. Is you rocking with the new Colors?
I'm gonna listen. I have not listened. Not really a huge NBA YoungBoy fan. Not that he's not an amazing artist. He is, but it's not really my bag. But I'm definitely gonna check it out and see what's up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen to all the hip hop. That's how you can kind of gauge what everybody's doing. But I'm not listening to it more than twice because I don't want to. You feel me? Take away from nobody bars.
No, I feel that.
You feel me?
I don't know. I've never been a fan of NBA YoungBoy. I'm not gonna lie. I like his appeal though because he has a very diehard fan base.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it is like from underground work. A lot of it isn't even from like label level. Right. It's from like you said, like core diehard fans.
He does. Yeah. So I have to give him that. He has a great
job with marketing. All of that. Yeah.
Okay, now Lil Wayne is supposed to be dropping his Sorry for the Wait, 4, I believe that's supposed to be coming out. He dropped a few singles like on Apple and Spotify. Right. So how you feeling about Lil Wayne still dropping music? You feel like he still can? You feel like it's still played out? What?
I feel like when he first started to come back dropping music heavy, being on features, sounded like he was a little rusty, trying to like get back to his bag. But I feel like as of late, Wayne been killing everything. So I'm excited to hear it. I'm gonna see what's up. You feel me? Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna listen to.
I'm gonna definitely listen. We grew up on Wayne. One of the first CDs I ever bought was the Carter 3.
Okay.
The Carter 2 might have been the Carter 2 actually. Yeah. So I gotta listen to the Wayne project for sure.
Absolutely.
Sorry for the Wait is huge.
I'm gonna fuck with it. I'm gonna listen to it. I was dancing to Lil Wayne, when I was doing my cheerleading prom thing in high school. So we snuck. You
was a cheerleader?
That's another story. But yes, it's another life. Proms, cheerleading, another life, another lifetime.
I feel that. I used to be a fake athlete in high school, so I
not a fake athlete.
I was. I'm not gonna lie to you. In high school, I literally did things for the necessity of it. Like, I played a sport because I feel like it'll look good on my college application. I joined clubs because I feel like they'll look good.
So you didn't really like them?
I liked them. I played sports my whole life.
Oh, okay.
My brother is an amazing athlete. But like my homies were all better at that shit than I was. You feel me? So. I just did it so it looked good. You feel me? I can kick it with the homies. We can go hoop, but
deuces.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch me hooping now. I'm not doing no pickup games. Don't hit my line. I'm not putting up shots. Ain't no layups. I ain't doing none of that.
Fair enough.
Too old for that shit.
Okay, fair enough.
For real.
Okay, now I don't know if you're a big Earl Sweatshirt fan, but he also dropped to his EP Sick. So I've been trying to listen to more of him because I've been seeing a lot more like buzz on the side of him. So do you listen to Earl Sweatshirt?
I don't listen to Earl Sweatshirt, but I am a fan of what him and Tyler the Creator have created. I'm a huge fan of Sid and the Internet. Yes. Huge fan. Yes. And that comes from that same group. Frank Ocean is a great artist as well. Like, so I'm a fan of what they've created. Mm-hmm. Don't really listen to Earl or Tyler that much, but I'm a fan of how they've moved and maneuvered through the industry and how they've become successful in what they've built. Yes. So I'm definitely a fan of that part of it. Okay. I'll probably definitely check the music out though for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, shout out the internet. I love the internet.
I love the internet too.
I love them. I love Steve Lacy. He's young as fuck and he's amazing. The nigga makes music on his phone.
And they're all like very, very young. Like, oh my God. They're all, it's crazy. Like, even like Tyler, like what he's become at such a young age. I don't even know if he's 32. Like,
how old is he?
I think he's like 30, if that.
Yeah, I think he's like 30.
Like, and that's crazy. And he's a GOAT and a millionaire. Like,
he made a very authentic brand for himself.
This man has a festival and has had a festival for a long time. Like, this is not a new thing. Like, yeah, that takes money. You gotta have something for that. So
they don't get enough recognition. I don't feel like he gets enough recognition.
Shit, them checks recognition enough. They would be for me.
I feel like it's enough recognition, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Definitely though, I love that whole era. For sure. So I don't know if you're big too on the versus battle, but we gotta have some more versus battles come through this year. I love versus battles. Okay, y'all need to hire me so I can just MC the shit. Period.
That's your bag,
You know what I'm saying? I do bring the folks out, bring them out. We gonna get to it. But I definitely want to see some more versus battles this year. Do you have maybe one person that you would like to see on a versus battle?
I haven't watched a single versus battle. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Not one?
No, I've seen clips. I saw when the Locks went crazy on the Diplomats. But nah, I don't.
These are classics. Okay.
They're fire.
These are classics.
This is my issue with the verses. I feel like it's a popularity contest. It's not really about who has the better music. It's about who the young people know.
It's not. Half the people that tune in are older that actually know. You have to actually know the catalog to even be counted in the versus judging format. You can't judge about some versus battle. You don't even know the catalog. You got to be a certain age.
But that's the problem though. Like I feel like the Locks did their thing. Mm-hmm. But if you think about them in the respect of like popularity, people off top would assume that Cam is more popular. Mm-hmm. But none of the people from the Diplomats have made any music with the young people, like the young crowd. Mm-hmm. Jadakiss and Styles P have. Mm-hmm. So the younger crowd of people know who they are. Mm-hmm. They don't really know who Cameron is because they weren't around when he was wearing the pink coats.
I mean, yeah.
So it's easier for social media to go crazy the next day over the Locks because they know Jada, they know Styles.
Social media. This is about you witnessing fucking greatness.
But I saw this. Shit. I know this.
But you said
not that I'm 27. I'm not that old.
You say you didn't watch a lot of them though. Like,
but I know the music. Mm-hmm. I was there when it happened. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like a reunion moment.
I'm not a fan of reunions.
You know what? Okay.
I think my high school is having a 10-year reunion this year. I'm not going.
Next question. Well, I definitely feel like y'all should tune into the verses. It's good.
What's your favorite one so far? You have a favorite one so far?
I mean, the Gucci and Jeezy, man. Sorry. But I also love the Isleys in Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That's dope.
That was good too.
Who do you think won?
I mean, I love the Isleys.
Okay.
But it's just good to go down memory lane, hear them play the cuts, see the artists as they are now, see them in a groove and a vibe. It's just, reminiscent. I love the Ja Rule shit too. Like, even though Ja Rule was getting on my nerves, during it, I was still singing all of that shit that he was fucking dropping. Then they brought Ashanti out, and it was like, It was lit.
I feel it. I haven't checked it out, so maybe
it was lit.
My opinion is biased. I gotta tap in.
Yeah, or like the Soul Train Awards. Okay, you know what? Let me shut up. But y'all should tune in for real to the few black, depictions that we have of classic black music. You gotta support.
We gotta support our people. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Soul Train Awards definitely did their thing too last year.
Shout out to them. Have me on that next year. Y'all should have a 100 performance.
For real. And I can host that too. Like, what's up? I need to do that.
Tap in.
Now, on a more serious note, I definitely want to send my condolences to Regina King. Did you see that her son lost his life? Okay, he passed away, suicide. So he recently just lost his life. That was her only son that she had. She was 26 years old. It's crazy. Ian Alexander is his name. And it's just crazy to think, of young people dying because, especially by suicide, because, that's stemming from, mental illness. So I definitely have to get your opinion just on like mental health and what you kind of do to, check yourself and make sure you're all right.
Pardon me for my allergies going crazy. My nose is really stopped up. I think that's very, very important. I'm really big into telling my homies like to, really tap in and, work on your mental health. Because I know that it can be detrimental. I think that's something that we as Black people definitely deal with often, but we hide it behind other things to be strong and pray about it. But I think it's very important to, speak to somebody and definitely, tap in and work on your star player. Because if you're not okay, you can never take care of anybody else. So I think it's definitely important and a big deal.
Do you have somebody like in your life that you can kind of confide in, talk to, and you kind of go into stuff?
Definitely. I feel like I have people in my life that are that I use for different reasons, like that I can confide in for different reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like my mom, my brother, my homie Mojo, my homies from high school, my homies from college. Um, Definitely. So I think that that's a big deal for me. But I also recognize who I can like confide in for certain things and who I can't. And I think that's also another hurdle that we as Black people and men and people in general, but really men. Not saying that women don't go through those things, but a large portion of suicides are often men. So I think that's something that we often kind of hide because we're taught that we have to be tough and strong and take care of other people. But I think it's very important and it's something that everybody should work on and tap into.
Yes,
for sure.
Absolutely, and that's true. Like being a Black man, you're always taught that you can't, speak on your emotions and you can't be vulnerable. But it's like, this was a man that was 26 years old. Obviously, I don't know how perfect his life was, but it's like, damn, your mother's Virginia King. Like, you live in a different type of life, and still to be in that position and feel as though that was your only option is just crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I never really like preach about all the shit I've been through growing up because I never let that define who I am right now. But it's hard, to live and to accept and to just grow. And you have to always find somebody, find your purpose, find a reason to live. Suicide is just, how sad you really have to be to want to take your own life and to actually go through with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really sad. So I just always like to talk to young people. I'm 29. I'll be 29 next month. So, I mean, I'm not super old, obviously. I'm not super young, but I've seen things, and I always try to be that one person that's non-judgmental. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a pillar in somebody's life in some shape or form that they can just say crazy shit to sometimes and not be judged about saying the crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm big on respect and empathy. I think that's very important for us to give each other.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I heard said this. They said you should treat everybody like they're having the most worst terrible day they could be having, because you never know what people are going through. So I'm big on that too. I think we could all afford a little bit of empathy to each other.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that
absolutely helps. Be the kindness that you want to receive.
Definitely.
Sure. So definitely want to send condolences out again to Regina King and her family. I just thought that was crazy to me. Like,
that's tough. That's tough to deal with. So loss is tough. I'm sure losing your child is tough.
Yeah.
Losing your child in that way. Praying for her and her family. That's tough.
So what else can we expect from you this year? Okay, it's January, but you said your shit is already planned out. Yeah, so what's happening? What's happening for you?
Yeah, if you ain't planning, then you planning to fail. Just working hard. A lot of music. Hopefully some visuals. A lot of like podcast interview type things. A lot of promo and marketing. I got some things definitely coming down to work. So definitely excited. Shirts coming. Mm-hmm. The shirts are coming. I might as well speak on it because we're here. So like today is the reunion for anniversary for 444. We were just talking about reunions. The anniversary for 444. The EP I dropped last year this time. So I got some T-shirts that I'm making. I'm gonna hand out to some very lucky fans, and we go definitely tap in and get this thing going for sure. So yes, it's gonna be a big year. This is another layer of the foundation that we said is gonna be huge.
I love the T-shirt idea. I love that. I think that's going to be fire.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Definitely make sure you give me the details so I can share and promote so people can tap in.
I got you. We're going to have like a contest of some sort so we can give away these shirts. Everybody can tap in. And it'll be dope. You get one of these shirts that not everybody will have. I'm only going to make a certain number of them. So it's not like there's going to be 1,000 of them out there. Exclusive. So when one is like Drake level and you got this exclusive shirt, hey, you might get some money for it one day. So tap in.
See it. Absolutely. 100 doing his thing.
Trying to. I'm telling you. I'm trying to. We stepping on next this year. That's the thing.
Absolutely. Stepping on next. I'm going to get a shirt.
Step on next. You got to make sure you get a foot in the neck, though. That's important. That's important.
Step on next. Absolutely. So, of course, I got your IG on here, but you got to let us know where we can follow and tap in.
I'm 100 because I'm wanting to always keep it 100 with y'all. Speaking of that, you can follow me on all social media sites at keepit_100. That's WAN00. And if you just search my name, 100, on all streaming platforms, you can find my music. I'm always dropping some. Definitely tap in. My homie Mojo just dropped a project a couple months ago. It's definitely fire. I got a feature on that joint. So tap in with that. We working, man. This is nonstop, and we definitely coming for sure.
Absolutely, yes.
Definitely.
Well, I'm so proud of you. Like I said, I've been seeing you work extra hard these past few months, and you've been doing your thing. So
Thank
I'm
you.
definitely excited for everything you have planned for this year.
Thank you. I'm trying.
For sure.
Did back-to-back shows. We had a show Friday. Had a show Thursday. A show Friday. Interview today.
Ooh, you ain't
So-
tired? You sleepy?
I'm tired, but hey, you're gonna be tired when you're working towards dreams, you know?
Absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Can't sleep on dreams.
Love to see it. I love to see it. Make sure y'all tap in with WAN00, okay?
Tap in.
Tap in with him. Come out and see his shows, and of course, stream all of his EPs and his music, y'all. He is definitely dropping gems, okay, in real life and in the music,
That's a fact.
okay.
And come see me perform, man. All the support helps. The energy y'all give me, I give back, and it's all love. So I definitely love to see y'all in person. Forget the visuals, like we was just talking about. Come see me visually. You know what I'm saying? So let's do it.
Tap in. And of course, appreciate everybody for tapping in on Pillow Talk Podcast, man. Appreciate all the shares and loves. Make sure that y'all subscribe and tap in, okay? Y'all already know we're bringing the hottest episodes and interviews. Season 3 drops in February, so y'all don't want to miss that. Send in love and light to everybody, man. Peace out.
Peace.